Howdy guys, welcome back. Ruckus here with some more Blitz gameplay. I am back from Melbourne as of last week. Been back for a while now. It was an exhausting trip, but a lot of fun. Saw some pretty cool stuff. And I'll try and get some footage up of that in the next Tall Talk whenever it occurs. In the meantime though, as promised, here is some action in the Tier 8 British tank destroyer, the AT-15. We have a beast of a machine, very much like the Tier 9 Tortoise that it precedes. And taking it out here with me on Castella is Swiss Cheezel, one of the Grump guys. Now this is actually one of the first replays ever recorded on my brand new PC that I've just built. It is all up and running, got the programs loaded, done a bit of overclocking, did some benchmarking. It's all pretty much how I want it to be. Now I've got to break it down and rebuild it, taking more care at how it looks and the cabling, and then filming at the same time. So I've got some footage for an upcoming video. It's a bit of work involved yet, but obviously it does work. I've got Blitz, of course, uploaded on it and got it run smooth. As you'd expect, it's a hell of a lot more powerful than the Mac. You probably won't be able to tell the difference between this recording shot on the new computer though and the next recording shot on the Mac, as they're both exported at my regular Mac settings. But in future, I've got high hopes for the visual quality and clarity of my recordings and my video output. But anyway, into this game here on Castella. Someone is capping early on, so I've changed my mind about heading up that western road and turned my attention to the cap. You really can't afford to drive opposite of the direction of the action in the AT-15. It is slow. T-44 there on cap. Trade shots. I hit him in the track, I think, which gets a reset. He does land one. It's annoying, but he pokes again, and there's a nice little cheap shot. Now this is not a great place for me to be, I know, at this time. I'm looking at that hill on the far side of the map there on the east side, just under that windmill. That'd be a great place for a camper to sit. I know the ISU's not there, he's just taken out our IS, but it turns out the T25 AT is up there. I bounced one or two shots, but he turns his attention to the guys behind me. I'd like to get off this position, it's not great. VK 4502 and the KV3 there trying to, I don't know, look for an opportunity to shoot over that crest there, but that's not a good position for them. The VK is going to get sick and tired of that position pretty soon and bail. Swiss Cheezel's up on the hill in the Type 59. Scanning for targets. Looks like the VK's had enough. Here he comes. Some nice, easy lower plate shots. Bounce one from the KV3. Hit the VK in the tracks. I am trying to track him. Lower plate. I'd like to track him for the Borsig and for Cheezel. There's a tracking shot. Or that might be the Borsig. Go for another one. Getting lots of bounces here. Lots of non-damaging hits, but when you are pumping out a round every 3.4 seconds, how did that bounce the KV3? It's only part of his front hull. Yeah, every 3.4 seconds you can afford to look for tracking shots and not too worried too much about missing the occasional shot. ISU on cap, how did he miss everyone? I want to get off the bridge, I don't want to sit here for too much longer, so let the auto aim do the work there. Lumber my fat ass across the bridge. ISU down. Panther's a one shot. KV can't hit me just yet. So let's take down this Panther. Pop. And now the KV decides he's had enough of sitting there. He's coming over. I should have blocked him. He does take out Swiss. I bounced a shot from the T25 AT who was perched up the back and is about to reveal himself. I can easily out DPM this poor old KV3 with his slow rate of fire. There's the T25 AT. Hit him in the tracks once. Damaging shot the second time. He spends far too long looking for that second shot before getting away. And tracked again. Tracked again. He disappears from sight. Speculative shot. Not quite. One more for good luck. There we go. Kill number 4. And now there's just a Tier 7 T34-85 Rudy left. And I'm not going to go chasing that guy in an AT-15, so capping it is. See if he shows himself later on. And we can use this lull in the action to talk about that camo scheme that I had the AT-15 wearing in the last episode. The one that was removed due to its unhistoric nature. It's called the Contour, I believe is the pronunciation, COUNTER, the Contour scheme. It was popular in World War II for the British. It was like that 3 straight stripes of colour down a vehicle's body. Apparently, according to the Chieftain, on a discussion board a while back, the Imperial War Museum dressed their Matilda up in this contour scheme, but they got the colours wrong. They made it far too bright. It was very blue and yellow. And then the Bovington Tank Museum copied the Imperial War Museum with their Matilda too. And then, of course, the rest of the world, seeing these two very well-regarded museums dressing their Matildas in that scheme, then copied them, thinking they must be right. And it wasn't until recently... Hey, there's the Rudy, he's come out. It wasn't until recently that the mistake was recognised and this scheme was changed. I don't know why it wasn't included in Blitz. I thought it was one of the nicer looking colour schemes. And being unhistoric, it's perfect for this game, right? Take a fair bit of damage there from the Rudy in that last couple of seconds of the game. It does have quite a good DPM, and I'm not too sure whether it's hitting weak spots or not, but that shows that you do have to keep jiggling in between shots if you want to get reliable bounces against people who know where to aim against the AT-15. 4k damage in that game from 37 shots fired, 37,000 credits, and we got 2,000 XP. Now, speaking of weak spots and armor, let's bring up tanks.gg and have a closer look at this machine's frontal profile. I haven't done this for a while. We can see that from the front, which is absolutely where you need to be pointing the AT-15 at all times to your enemy, you're looking at, besides the commander's cupola weak spot on top, which is only 127mm thick, you're looking at generally over 200mm of armor everywhere on the vehicle. The other major weak spot is directly around the gun. I don't think there's any armor below this pink area. It's only 127 here it's showing. Around that, the gun mantlet proper, you're looking at almost 300, well over 300 in some spots, so it's very good. That's very strong mantlet armor. You will get a lot of bounces at tier 8 from unaimed shots. It's quite a complex armor surface. You've got a lot of curves going on, so even tier 8 vehicles should be stopping to aim at you. And if you can keep jiggling around, you will land a few shots on these curved surfaces and bounce reliably. Tier 7s, obviously you're going to have to aim a lot to get through you. Tier 9s though, tank destroyers especially, they can just pump rounds anywhere and expect to go through. So you do have to be mindful of this thing. It's a very big target from the front, and you can't just sit out in the open and absorb shots at higher tiers. Using the AT-15's armor most effectively also means taking advantage of one of its biggest strengths, and that's in its crazy gun arc. This thing gets 25 degrees gun arc, or gun traverse, both left and right. So ideally you want to be fighting this thing on the corner of solid cover, ideally fighting around a right hand corner. If we look here, we move the gun to the side and come to the front. If you are poking just beyond a wall with your gun out at its maximum traverse to the right, you are presenting almost solid 250mm of effective armor all across the board. Yes, the gun is still a slight weak spot if they can hit that, and the smaller left hand side commander's cupola, or whatever cupola that is still visible, but it's a much tougher target, and generally any rush shots against this surface will bounce off, unless we're talking like big 250mm plus tank destroyer guns. So that is the best case scenario for the AT-15, and definitely what you should be looking to, what map position you should be looking for when you drive this thing around. Let's do a quick little practical demonstration here on this Fort Despair map. It's not going to be perfect. I am going to turn this into a left-hand engagement here, but come around the corner here. I've got a few tier 7s. There's a Tiger 2 just there. Come here, fatty. One shot, but I wasn't quite aggressive enough, and he does get away. Damn it. But I turn my attention to the Tiger P and the tier 7s in the back corner here, and just watch me set up the hole, just like that, using that big solid lump of brick there to my left, trading blows with this Tiger P. He does manage to land that one. I'm not too sure where it went through, whether it's commander's cupola or just a flat surface. Tiger P does have pretty good armor pen, but this is the perfect spot. Just facing one target at a time, take down the P, move now to the Tiger H who's come in, giving him no easy shots, just exposing the far right corner of the superstructure. And that's pretty much the game done in that one. For the second and final game, we're going to take the AT-15 out in the best possible circumstances. We're going to fight down in the city here on, what's this, Middleburg. And it's a nice tier 8 battle. I'm with Pimp Daddy, also driving the Type 59 in this one. And after some confusion at the start, we're going to push into the town here. Just going to weigh up what my team does. You can fight on the hill in this thing. It does have very good gun depression, negative 10 degrees. But obviously it's a slow machine and you expose a lot of your hull and superstructure coming over a crest to get shots away that way. It is a much better machine, I feel, fighting the corner of a solid building or some other obstacle. I'm going to bust down into town here. Target's up already. IS-6, firing on the move. Our issue 12244 has gone deep. He's going to be in trouble here. Bounce a rushed shot there from the IS-6. Trying to track him. It's a pen. IS-3 as well. That issue is definitely in trouble. IS-3's backing up for a look. He does have better pen and that shot goes through. And I do have him tracked, but he repairs and slips away there. Hold on, SU. I'd like to go help, but as I cross here out in the open, someone else turns up. Tiger P. Another Tiger P. And I can't expose my side to that guy. IS-3 backed up, looking for another shot, but got cold feet for some reason. And yeah, that SU is not going to last much longer. I have to get out of here, so I'm going to back it up as fast as possible. Use the good gun arc of the AT-15 to get shots away whilst I do so. Target locked. Letting that do the shooting for me whilst I focus on getting away from this situation. The Reds are focusing down to Tiger 2 next. He looks like he's in trouble as well, but our meds have swept down from the hill. Lock the target again. That T-44 is not going to hang around though. And now instead, IS-3 again. He's already used his repairs, and this guy is all mine. The rate of fire on this 20 pounder is crazy. Such a good weapon for keeping someone tracked. Look how slow his turret's coming around. IS-3 down. IS-6 gets another hit at me. Runs into a wall though, and he's tracked. He repairs. Where do you think you're going, Princess? Tracked again. Hold your enemies in position with this gun. Wiggle the hole. I do get a few good bounces there. One from the IS-6, one from the T-44. He has repaired, but taken down by the STA-1 on my team. And clinging on to enough health here to take one more hit. T-44 is being engaged, so come around here and finish off this Tiger P if you can. Hello, mates. Here we go. Use that corner. Maximum gun arc, giving him no easy shot. Probably surprised that I can hit him. Look for a track again. Again, he's got no easy shot, and the game is done. It's a very good machine, the AT-15. In the right circumstances, I do recommend turning off the Supremacy game mode in this thing, because that is a punish. It's too slow. So that's the game done, and the episode for today. 3.7k damage in that little Middleburg game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.